Hey everyone, this is Liz, an admin at Chewy, and today is October 9th, 2024. I wanted to talk to you about what I do for my stem cells that's very inexpensive. In fact, it's less expensive than most things, and that's something that's called dry fasting. Dry fasting is different than other types of fasting because dry fasting indicates no food or water for 3 or 5 or 7 days or 1 day or something like that. I'll explain how it's different than water fasting in a moment. There's a soft dry fast, which means you can shower, put water on your face, brush your teeth and spit it out. And then there's a hard dry fast where your body touches no water. I don't recommend that. A soft dry fast is fine where you can take a shower, get in a hot tub, something like that. But anyway, let me talk to you about this. So dry fasting, I learned about it from this fellow, Dr. August Dunning, who was a NASA engineer, and he's trying to figure out a way to get astronauts to Mars. And he figured out for them, based on the work of two Russian scientists, a Dr. Shenikov and a Dr. Filanov, that dry fasting actually removes heavy metal toxins and radiation poisoning. So he was saying if astronauts went to space on the way to Mars and back, ideally, if they fasted, no fun for sure, but if they fasted, they would remove their radiation poisoning. So really good stuff, right? So here's the difference between that. Now, this is not saying everyone should dry fast, right? If you're really super, super skinny, it doesn't work because you need some fat on you. People should feel free to do what they want. I'm just explaining my experience for free new stem cells that are immortal and have beautiful telomeres on them. All right, so there have been studies that show that during a water fast, for example, you lose muscle mass as well. All right, I'm not going to go into the biochemistry of all that, but when you dry fast, it saves the muscle. What happens is when your blood thickens enough without the water, you release, I think it's epinephrine from the adrenal medulla, and the epinephrine goes right to the fat cells. It targets fat cells. So you release toxins, you get the toxins out of the fat cells. Fat cells break down, the triglycerides in the adipose tissue break down into water, glycerol, and fatty acids, which can in turn become sugars and things that are made into, or help the mitochondria make ATP, so it gives you energy. So it's a great form of energy. In fact, on a 7-day dry fast, which I've done about 8 of by now, you routinely lose about 18 pounds, but half of it's water, which will come back. But it's not necessarily for weight loss, but the weight loss definitely happens. All right, so some wonderful things about dry fasting is that when you do not have water in your digestive system, you kill the parasites, viruses, and bacteria in your digestive system and in some of the interstitial spaces between the cells. They kind of starve out. And that's why it's good when you refeed after the dry fast to make sure you have some good probiotics with, taking some capsules or kimchi or yogurt or kefir or something like that. There's a wives' tale that says if you don't drink water for 3 days, you'll die. I'm here to tell you I'm living proof that it's not true. Now, you can't run from the enemy. You can't go to war. You can't run a marathon. But if you're to look at a dry fast as sort of a medical rehab. Let's say you have a cast on your leg or something, and the doc says, go home and rest for a week. It's better to rest. You can take some walks, go out in the cool air, run a fan, run a humidifier till your face stays moist, take showers, get in the hot tub, but treat yourself like you're in a medical rehab. You can binge watch something, read a book, but you will not die. You just, you can't go work out. Now, some people do work out. I don't recommend it. By the way, Dr. August Dunning has a YouTube channel and he posts most days. He's a quirky, funny guy and really brilliant. And so I recommend go learn more. He also has 2 books. One is called The Phoenix Protocol, Dry Fasting for Rapid Healing and Radical Life Extension. All right. Some wonderful things that happen when you dry fast. As I said, you can kill the bacteria, et cetera, in your gut. Also, the toxins that are in your adipose tissue also get released. That's why a lot of times in your stool at the end, you'll see orange, which is probably copper coming out. So it's a heavy metal detox. It detoxes many, many things. Also, you have a lot of autophagy of dying and senescent cells. It turns out that when you have dying or senescent cells sitting around in your body, remember when you sleep at night, you do autophagy automatically, but often it's not enough to clean out what we've done to our bodies. So an extended time of autophagy, dead and dying cells release things like cytokines into the system that harm living cells. So what the body does is it goes in active duty and seriously breaks down dying and senescent cells, reuses the components, and you get endogenous water also from the dead cells. So you make a living water. The scientists call it a living water inside your body. You'll find as you dry fast that after your urine first concentrates, it starts to dilute again. The other place you get water is you get it from breaking down of fat cells. Remember I said when you break down fat cells, you get water. It's something like for every 100 grams of fat that's dissolved, you make 110 grams of water. That's where your water comes from. And in fact, I can assure you, you're not even thirsty on a dry fast. It's crazy. So what this does is a dry fast can remove cysts and tumors and excess skin in the body that you didn't even know you had. Again, not medical advice at any means, but it can take care of little things that are starting that you don't even know about. All right. But let me talk a bit about one of the most amazing things, which is stem cells. So when your blood begins to thicken, when you're not drinking water, you're actually doing a dry fast. You stop the production of protein kinase A. What this does, after 3 days of a dry fast, protein kinase A shuts off, which allows the stem cells to kick on. You have them lying in wait. They're fibroblasts in your body waiting to kick off. Now, day 3, you release something called the Muse stem cells, which are right in the fat. These stem cells are pluripotent, meaning they can make all kinds of cells in the body wherever it's needed. And they last a long time because the telomeres on the end of the DNA molecules in those cells keep those cell lines immortal because they're long and fresh and clean now, like you're an embryo. So this is a way to do a life extension. Personally, I'm not into life extension per se. I'm more interested in living well while I'm here. But you have new telomeres, new cells that it's like you have baby cells that are ready to live forever. There's another type of cells, I'm not going to go into all the biochemistry, another type of stem cells that come out after 5 days of a dry fast, and another set that come out after 7 days. I do 1 or 2 7-day dry fast. If you talk to the Chewy team, they always know when I'm on a fast because they're like, oh gosh, there she goes again. Oh my God, she's so tired. But anyway, this is a quickie. I recommend getting his book, watching Dr. August Dunning's videos on YouTube if you want more information. Again, not medical advice. I want to encourage you to fast any way you like. A water fast is definitely better than no fast. There's also things you can do there's a snake diet where you eat once a day or every couple of days. There's intermittent fasting where you fast for a 4, 6, or 8 hour eating window. There's lots of ways to fast, but all of the ancients, folks, have told us that if you want to live, you need to fast. You need to shut off the body. If you eat continually every day of your lives, you may have more problems with health issues and diseases and stuff like that. Dry fasting is a great way to do it, or any way you want to fast. And I encourage you, if you're stimulated by the TikTok that was sent to us by Paige, I encourage you to research fasting. It is hard to do. And by the way, fasting also builds your character because it's not always fun, and it builds your ability to do something really hard. I have found it such a increase in character for me. And also there's a sort of spiritual, personal, mental clarity that you get because all those parasites in your body also release hormones that make you hangry and things like that, make you want sugar. It's your microbiome that's talking to you. When that's gone, the clarity that you get, like for example, it was the end of a dry fast where I personally downloaded an energy healing system, combining all the energy healing systems I knew to help clients. So the mental clarity, it's a religious experience because by day 6 and 7, it's just you and source.